The Miami Heat have decided to suspend Jimmy Butler indefinitely for a minimum of 5 games. These 5 games coincide with the February 6th trade deadline. This is very obvious that Miami is done with Jimmy Butler just by announcing the suspension and timing it right when the trade deadline ends. So I think it's safe to say that he's gone, that they're going to find a way to get rid of him, and it's going to happen. This practice earlier today was the final straw. From what I've read and heard, I've heard from Shams Charania and several other sources from ESPN has confirmed this, that Jimmy Butler went to practice and then he left practice very upset because Miami had told him during that practice that he would no longer be the starter and that Haywood Highsmith would be replacing him as a starter going forward, which to me is hysterical because Haywood Highsmith averages only 6.6 points per game. So this was really just a move to humiliate Jimmy Butler, which I just say I do love that move, to be honest, because I feel more guys should get embarrassed like this, that they had to be humble and, put in their place. That a lot of these guys are divas, a lot of these stars are divas, and they think they're above and beyond not just the fans, but their team, their organization, just everything just revolves around them. So I think he does deserve this just for not being a true professional. I definitely believe that. But now it'll be interesting because Riley and the Miami Heat have laid down the law that they're pretty much done with this guy. And now it's really up to them to come through and trade him. Just that to me is going to be very interesting where he gets shipped off to. But I don't think he can really come back after this incident, or that it's even possible just for these two sides to mend fences. I don't see how that's even doable. So they have about just a few weeks to hammer out a trade. I wonder where he's going to end up. I've speculated for a while just where he could go. I made some videos. I believed Houston had the best ability to attain him simply because they could do a swap with him and Van Fleet. So that was a possibility when I looked at the trade combinations. Could he be sent to the Warriors? Yeah, they have several contracts that could work, but there have been hints that Steph does not want to blow up the team unless he feels that player they trade for can help them win a title. So I think it's highly unlikely they would trade for Jimmy Butler. I would love to see him go there just for the comedy. And then there's the Mavericks. I think the Mavericks have the contracts where you could make it work. So that would be interesting. I think that a team like the Milwaukee Bucks would also be very interesting. I don't know if they have the contracts to add up to get Jimmy Butler, but that's another dark horse to possibly get him in a trade. The other team, there was rumors of it was the Memphis Grizzlies, but I believe Jimmy Butler didn't want to go there, which to me makes no sense if he's really about winning. The Grizzlies are a young team that's on the rise. Just they have a good shot of winning a title with just the right pieces in place. So I would not understand how you could not want to play for a team like that. So to me that was interesting. But the one thing we can say for sure that Riley will be working the phones these next 2-3 weeks nonstop, seeing if he can get the best deal possible, if he can squeeze a team to give him the most assets. That to me will be exciting to see. I think this is what everyone's excited about because there's no other major trades expected to happen during this trade deadline. So we'll see what happens. That's pretty much all I have to say about this.